All right, so guys, I gotta tell you, Northern Virginia has officially become the weirdest housing market I have ever seen. I have been doing this for almost 20 years and I have not seen a housing market like this. I don't think ever in the history of me ever doing this or ever in the history of housing market. And what I'm hearing from other agents across the country is they are kind of seeing the same thing. But what I will tell you is Northern Virginia is definitely a weird market right now. So let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so I took a poll on YouTube and the number one thing that you all wanted to see was more market updates from me and more up-to-the-date news on the housing market and what I am seeing and what's going on. And one of the things I want to talk about first is what is the national media saying? What is their narrative on the market in general and then our market? So what I did was I pulled up Fortune magazine article. And in the article, Fortune goes on to say how different of an opinion Zillow, Moody's, and all these other people have on the housing market. And so I wanted to take a look really quick and see what Zillow's guess was and Moody's and all that guess was and where our market would be and where it actually is. So let's take a quick look. So as you can see in this Fortune magazine article, they go on to say Zillow thought our market would be down 2.3%. Moody's thought it would be down 3.6%. But in reality, the true stats are our market here in the DC area is completely flat. So I want to talk to you about that. Obviously, the national media, Zillow, Moody's, has not been able to predict what is going to happen and what could happen. So I want to talk to you about what I am locally seeing here in Northern Virginia as a realtor who sells a lot here in the Northern Virginia, DC area. All right, so let's talk about the local market here. Someone who has sold real estate here for 19 years. I know this market really well. Like I said, and it is really odd. I saw the strangest thing in January. Things were really slow around here. Not many people were listing. There weren't many buyers. And then we saw this dip in interest rates, right? And I saw some people locking in at 5.5, 5.25. And all of a sudden we were back at these crazy bidding wars. I sold one listing in Bristow, Virginia for $30,000 above list price. And I had 15 different offers come in on that house. And what I was looking at, and some of my buyers were locking in around 5.5 to 6%. So that kind of made sense, right? Like we had this huge bump up because a lot of people locked in when the rates were lower. And then all of a sudden the Fed changed things up a bit and the rates skyrocketed back up to around 7%. But as I'm seeing now, they've kind of settled around 6.25 and 6.5. And as I've told you guys many times on this channel, that is actually not really a bad rate. But people got so used to these 2.5%, 3%, 2% rates, and that is probably not something, barring, God forbid, a natural disaster, we will see again in a long time. So what did I see in March? Well, March, things started to cool off a little bit as we saw these rates start to go up. But you know what? There's just not much for sale. And then the other thing is, I just listed a house another week ago over in Prince William County, and the same thing happened. We had 12 offers, so even though the rate are at 6.5 or 6.25%, there's still plenty of buyers out there looking, and there's just not many people selling. But like I said, it wasn't like it was 2 years ago when COVID was going on and the government was pumping all this money into the market, right? So I want to jump into the real MLS really quick and kind of just show you guys live data as we start here in April of what is actually going on in the market. And you can look at it just like me as an agent here, and I'll show you what I'm seeing and how this is the weirdest market I have ever seen. All right, so now you are in the actual MLS that I take a look at every day as a real estate agent, something you guys don't have access to. So let's just do a couple quick searches. One thing I like to do though really quick when I'm in here is I like to take off this new construction, because new construction can kind of mess things up a little bit because builders will list houses for years and model homes just to get people to go out. So I'm gonna do no. So let's take a look. We're gonna go into Arlington and let's see what's going on over there. So Arlington, VA, right now, as it's showing me, I'm gonna hit results. There's only 188 active houses for sale. Condos, townhouses, pretty much everything. That does not include rentals. But then when I go over to see what's pending, so active under contract means they're for sale, they're under contract, but they can't take another offer. And then we have pending, right? So let's take a look at that. And now we have 234 pendings. So we have a lot more pendings in Arlington than we do active. So the inventory there is really low. And then if you went back and said, hey, what happened in the last 30 days? Now I'm just gonna do 30 plus. Arlington had 174 closings in the last 30 days. So Arlington is still a very healthy market. Now let's check out a couple other areas. I'm gonna go through the whole thing for you and all of the area, but let's take a look at a couple different spots really quick here, just to show you guys how wacky this market is. So we have 189 active listings, but then when I go into pending and active under contract, we go down and get this. We have 456 under contract compared to that little bit of actually active houses for sale. So this doesn't make sense. It's like a completely changing market. Now let's go over into Prince William County. And right now, Prince William County has 522 houses under contract. And then we go into active and there's only 182. So there are buyers out there buying, right? Like it's not like things are just completely depressed around here. All right, so let's get into Fairfax County, the biggest county in the state of Virginia. So right now they have 469 active listings compared to, let's check out what's under contract. And right now under contract, we have 1,087. So again, this market is really wacky. It is really weird. It is one of the more stranger markets I have ever seen in a long time. And I'll be dropping some more videos like this in the future for you guys to kind of show you what's going on in the market as we're live going here. But I'll tell you what, this is what my 100% honest opinion is. If you're looking to buy a house, what can you do, right? I would not fret over interest rates too much. Like I've said before, I bought an investment property early last year and the rate was significantly higher. I didn't mind because my opinion is I'm not selling it anytime soon. I can always refinance it down the road, right? So if you're gonna be living there for 5 to 10 years, I wouldn't be concerned about the interest rates too much unless they jumped up to 15%, then we have a totally different story. But right now, I don't think we're there. I don't think with everything going on in the banking sector that we're gonna see too much of another huge increase. And we've gotten some, which is kind of funny, some negative job numbers, which is a good thing because that means the Fed is going to slow down on what they're doing on trying to slow inflation. So it's actually a good thing. So if you're looking to buy for the next 5 to 10 years, I think you're in a good spot to stay there and that's where you're going to live. If you're thinking this is an episode of Flip This House and you're going to get in there, that is not something I would recommend pretty much anytime unless you're paying cash, you know what you're looking to do. If you're thinking about selling, right now is obviously a great time. One of the things though that I would tell people that I am seeing a lot of is the house does have to be in pristine shape. Some of the mistakes I'm seeing home sellers make, because a lot of times when a home seller will call me, they'll interview multiple realtors, and I tell a lot of the agents will say sell it as is. To me, that is a huge mistake. Most of the home buyers in our area are very sophisticated. They want to see the house fixed up and ready to go. So the last few houses I've come on the market with me, I've brought out a professional stager. I've had video done, reels. You can tell I do a ton of videos, everything done, and I've helped them get the house completely decluttered and all that. You don't need the baseball cards from 1980 that they printed 1 million of, okay? So with the Roger Clemens rookie card or whatever. So you don't need all that. So a lot of that stuff will help you get top dollar. And if you don't have the money, we have a company that can come in and help you fix it up. So bottom line is, this is the weirdest market I have ever seen. From other people around the country, I'm hearing they're seeing the same thing, but some areas like Austin, Texas, or maybe a Portland, Oregon are significantly slower. But we only have about a 2-month inventory here, which means we are in a seller's market still. So comment below what you guys think. I know this is a lot of information. Subscribe as always. And if you're thinking about buying a house or selling, text me at the number below and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers.